Hello everyone, welcome to Paragon Jiu-Jitsu and Kickboxing. My name's Sean Apperson and I'm one of the owners here at the gym and also one of the instructors. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tour of the gym and talk about our programs. Let's take a little walk through the gym. This is basically where you'll come in and we have all of our merchandise here on the wall, as well as boxing gloves, jiu-jitsu uniforms or grappling, like a rash guard and shorts. We'll have all that. Our main training area here in the front to this side. This is our original mat area. This area will do all the kickboxing and jiu-jitsu and wrestling classes. So both mats will do kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. It just depends on which class is bigger. We have sparring classes, we have beginner sparring classes, and we have more intermediate and advanced sparring classes. We also have women's boxing classes, women's sparring classes. So there's a lot of different levels. You'll see over here, this is our second mat. So mat 2, this is our new addition, and we just added this early in 2013. The heavy bags as well, we have a couple specialty heavy bags. Every heavy bag has a different purpose. You'll see that the long heavy bags are what we call banana bag. It's for kickboxing, especially Thai boxing, because you're throwing those low leg kicks, you don't want the bag swinging everywhere. So we have the banana bags, and we have that wrecking ball as well, which is really great for uppercuts, hooks. You could also move around that bag. You could throw leg kicks, so it's a very good versatile bag. And the first thing you do when you come into the gym is you do an orientation class. Orientation class is a one-on-one class, and it's with an instructor. And the nice thing about the orientation class is that you'll get every question answered right away. It's a very comfortable environment. We usually schedule them when there's no class, so it's usually you're alone at the gym or there's a class starting maybe 20 minutes after that, so you can see some of the beginning of the class. But the orientation class is basically to go over the fundamentals. So the fundamental movements, for instance, kickboxing, we go over how to wrap your hands, all the basic punches, the stance, you know, the important parts of the sport to understand before you go in, how to hold the equipment so you're a little bit more comfortable in class. And in jiu-jitsu, we go over all the basic movements that we would do in the warm-up. The warm-up is always 20 to 30 minutes. We do some calisthenics, we do some conditioning, but we also do a lot of drills that you can do every single time you do the workout that are really important fundamental movements for the sport. For instance, like a hip escape drill, a stand-up technique, some wrestling shots that you do every single time you're in the class. And then, you know, whoever's doing that lesson will sometimes add some drills that will make sense and correspond to the lesson. And at the end of class is some of the live sparring for jiu-jitsu where you're doing some of the practical. And that's really one of the fun times. You really get to try what you learn in an environment where people are resisting you and you get a really, really great workout. Now, as far as kickboxing, it's a slower process. Most people that come into kickboxing, they want to do it for fitness and for conditioning. So the beginner classes, the intermediate classes, and the advanced classes are basically a lot of pad work, a lot of conditioning. The combinations that you do are going to get more advanced, more specific. Your movement will add in stuff with your partner, will add in some contact with some of the gear in the advanced class. There's no striking and sparring in those classes. If you're doing group classes, it's based on technique and conditioning and learning the sport. And then later on, there's more specific classes. And that's kind of how the programs here work at the gym. It's very progressive, so you don't ever get bored. There's always something to learn. It's always a very fun environment. All the instructors are very highly trained. They're all world class. There's no aerobics instructors. You know, it's really important when you're doing kickboxing, you have proper technique and avoid injuries. You don't want to just be wailing away on a bag and not know how to pivot, not know how to use your body properly, because that's really where people get knee injuries, and they get a lot of injuries in their shoulders. If you're doing something repetitively wrong over and over again with a heavy bag or with some kind of impact, that's really where you can run into a lot of problems. So it's important to have that proper technique. So our instructors are really great. Also, one of the great things with the gym too is it's a very fun social environment. A lot of people come from town, they don't know anyone, they'll join the gym and they'll have a bunch of friends right away. We do a lot of things together as a group. We do a lot of outings. We'll do like outdoor workouts, outdoor training, happy hours, team parties, Christmas parties. So it's a really fun group to be a part of as well. All right, so I want to go over a little bit about our membership options at the gym. It's always a really popular question. Everyone wants to know what everything costs, and you know, it's understandable. What we try to do is to have a lot of different packages, so it fits for anyone. Whether you just want to do kickboxing, if you want to do jiu-jitsu, we have our kids classes, we have family discounts, we have multiple member discounts, or if you want to do everything in kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, there's a different program for everything. So that one of the reasons we don't put all of our prices on the website, it would be very confusing and people wouldn't know where they fit in. So what we recommend is you come in and you try it out. We offer free orientation classes, so there's no risk in coming in and seeing how you like it. You can try out jiu-jitsu, you can try out kickboxing, and you can see where you fit in. And then also you can see how often you're gonna come in. And then based on all that information, you're gonna have your monthly membership fee, basically, which is like your tuition for classes. And it's very competitive. We're in the same range as most other gyms in town, even though we have like the largest facility, we have the most classes, and I think we have the best instructors. So I think it's very reasonable for what you're getting coming to group classes. Group classes are so much more effective than like a gym membership. A gym membership, you're expected on your own to show up and you just have access to a room and there's no one really coaching you or working with you. So when you're part of a group class, you get pushed so much more. You have people coming and showing you what to do. Also, if you're not showing up to class, people are calling you, they're wondering where you are. So there's so much more success to the group environment. Also, when you're a part of a sport like kickboxing or jiu-jitsu, you're learning, you're developing. So it's a lot more fun than just training or doing something on your own or going on a run by yourself, where it's really hard to motivate yourself unless you're preparing for a race. And that's why people do running groups and things like that, because when you have a group of people, it's so much more effective than doing it on your own. So sports like jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, wrestling, there's a team. People are working together, and it's a nice way to learn and to get in shape. It's also very social. It's a great way to meet new friends and to kind of do something different. So that's kind of how our membership works. So if you are interested, just come in, do an orientation class, find out what you like, and then we'll go over what the memberships are going to cost.